Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and this is the final step on this carpet I'm cleaning. And if you go back to the very first video, you will recall that right here there was a very obvious yellow staining from the dog lifting his leg on this corner, and you can see it's gone there. I actually just groomed it with my little rug renovator right there, because I knew it was going to be probably still wet there, because I could get it pretty good and wet with the if you go back to the first video, you'll see of this series, you'll see that I really got this one quite wet right in this spot. I applied the mixes of my Nanomax, my normal mix, with stabilized CO2, about 2,500 parts per million in the tank, and applied it with my brush, and you can see that the stain is totally gone. There was also over at this, beside this couch, was a very obvious yellow staining, and it again is completely gone. So it just takes a while for it to work. Go back to the first video, you'll see how I dealt with this here, and then in the second video where I showed the extraction step, as I was going over wherever there was any visible urine staining, I then treated it with some Proxy as I went over it. And so here I am now doing the final step, and you can see it's worked perfectly. And if you go back to my first video, I also talk about how over the last few years I've been in this house a few times and dealing with urine stains, and always so far been 100% successful. And I'm showing you my process of doing it. It's very simple and easy and works, and this is proof of it. So anyway, now I'm going to do the post vacuuming / grooming, because I normally prefer to groom with my vacuum. I like doing it that way better whenever possible. And while I'm doing this, of course, I'm continuing to scan the carpet to see if there's any spots or stains that might not have come out. But and there was a yellow stain right about where I'm at now, and it's gone. The urine stain, obviously. Carpet is looking really good. So I guess this is the fourth time I've been at this house, and every time I've come here I've had to deal with usually quite a few urine stains, and I've always been able to address them using the stabilized Clo2 and applying it with my rotary, and then a extraction pad. And I believe in some cases where it was really bad, in the one room downstairs where the cat peed, it got along the wall, I think I used my extractor over there as well. But usually I don't do that. Actually, ideally, the longer the Clo2 remains wet, the better it will have, or the better effect it will have at dealing with the odor. Because as long as it's wet, it's still active. And in that particular case, in that room where the cat pees over in the corner, they don't go over there. It's just kind of an out of the way place where the cat's going, so it's not a trafficked area at all. So it can stay wet for, a couple of days if need be, and it won't matter. And I've told them that in the past when I've done it, that it's going to be wet for a couple of days. I want it to sit, and let the Clo2 do what it does, and it does work. but the cat is still peeing on the carpet. It's got a chronic problem with the cat, so a little frustrating, I guess. But and the doggy does its peeing on this floor, so all the urine stains on this floor apparently are from the dog. But apparently, the guy was just telling me, oh, he doesn't do it anymore. It's like, okay, he probably does, because there was quite a bit of pee in that one, or the couple of spots there where I showed you at the beginning here. I think he probably is still doing it. They usually, and they're smart, you know, they'll do it when you're not paying any attention. They'll just disappear for a minute or two, and then all of a sudden they're back, and nobody's the wiser. wiser. Fortunately, our little doggies, we had a few issues in the very beginning when we got our, especially our last little girl there. She had some, it took her a little bit to kind of get the hang of it, but once she understood, she goes out, even in the middle of the night, she'll go out through the doggy door, and then she comes running back in, 2 o'clock in the morning, hops on the bed and jumps in your face, and wants a pat on the head because she was good. She's very funny that way. So this has always, every time I've done this job, it's always been, you know, kind of a challenge as far as, you know, it's not just a straightforward clean, because I've always had quite a few urine stains to address on this carpet. But, you know, this process that I show you in the videos earlier, it just works so easily. It's a very simple process. Basically, all you're doing is adding the stabilized Clo2 to the solution, and then applying it heavier in the areas where it's needed. And then the Clo2 just does its thing. It's pretty simple. And sometimes, if it was really bad, you would extract it out. But most of the time, I don't do that. I've tried it both ways, and I've had no problems. I've never had to go back on a job where I didn't do the extraction. And then when I've gone back to the job, like this one, carpet is, you know, a year or so later or whatever, the carpet's still looking great. So it definitely works. Oh, by the way, the carpet is almost totally dry. The only spots where it'll have any real moisture will be the spots where I really saturated with the brush, like that corner, which is just up behind me. Which I'll just check that in a sec. I already groomed it with the rug renovator tool there. assuming that it was still going to be wet there. And then there's one spot over here where by the way, there was a obvious urine stain, and again, it's right there, totally gone. So that's still wet, fairly wet, which is fine. I expected it to be, wanted it to be. I purposefully saturated it. And for those of you who don't know, this vacuum has 2 power settings. And usually I'm going to post vacuum at the lower setting. I don't need it at full power for the post vac. That's one of the reasons I like it. It just gives me that option. I guess it's around, I got here about 9, and it's about 12:30 now, I think. So it'll be done pretty quick now. So about 4 hours, I guess, in total for this job. No steps to do in this job. They're tile. Lots of steps in this house, though. There's like three levels in this house. There was a yellow stain, a yellow pea stain. There's one right there, and it's completely gone. Terrible lighting in here. So that's why the light on the machine is so good. I mean, I can't see anything without the that spotlight I have. It just makes such a big difference. I think the one I have is, I think that's about 5,000 lumens or something, so it really puts out a lot of light. I've always had light on my machine, by the way. Way back 28 years ago, I started with a light on the machine pretty much right away. I had a clip-on swivel neck, gooseneck light, the first one. And then of course the bulb broke immediately because incandescent bulbs won't take any shock at all. And then I found a work bulb that worked better, and then anyway, over the years I was always looking for a better light. And back then, of course, they didn't have all the LED lights we have now. So again, this urine staining is completely gone. I won't quite go over there because it's still damp there. So I already groomed it with the grooming tool. There was a yellow stain kind of right about here, I think, urine stain, and it's gone. There was quite a big stain right here, which I treated when I pre-vacuumed, and yeah, it's gone. I'm not sure what that one was though. I don't think it was a pea. Try to get under that edge there a little bit. There was a yellow stain right here. Totally gone. So I'm almost done with this floor. But I wanted to show you this to show you how well all these urine stains have come out. And so far they've all come out, which is typical. And I wanted to show you how I address this, how simple it is, how effective. And it's without a problem, really. Easy to do using your rotary machine. I obviously prefer shower feeding. I think it's the better way to go, more efficient, and obviously it works. I'm going to turn this light off. So there was a yellow stain, a pea stain right over here, and it's gone. Okay, very good success here. So I'll go down to the next floor and deal with that one, so I'll let you go. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.